Hi guys, and Happy New Year for everybody at Newgate Nurseries. It's nearly the end of January now, and we'd like to have done this video a bit sooner, but unfortunately the weather's been horrendous. So I hope you're all keeping safe. I'd like to put this video out just for a few reasons, to show you, give you hopefully a bit of inspiration in the garden and things that you can grow that are going to look good this time of year in these bleak winter months. That's the first thing. Secondly, to tell you that we're open for business. The government has said that garden centres can stay open, so we are open, obviously observing social distancing, hand sanitisers, so screens around the till, so it is safe to come. Otherwise, go on Newgate Direct and have your plants delivered. Okay, so first of all, this time of year is miserable and you're stuck inside, so it'd be lovely to be able to look out and see something that gives you a bit of hope and a bit of colour. So I've just pulled a few shrubs off the benches that are looking good now and that will perform for you through the winter months every year. So to start with, probably my favourite is one called Sarcococa. Loads of different varieties of Sarcococa. It's evergreen, it's compact, and it gets these beautiful tassel white flowers. If you can see those, they smell absolutely fantastic during the winter. Okay, they're a fantastic plant, gets to about 3 foot tall. Grows in sun or shade. Another one you could use that will grow in the shade, another little evergreen, is Lacutho. This has these beautiful red foliage that stays through the winter, and then it gets lily of the valley white flowers through the spring. This one they get to about sort of 60 centimetres, so ideal for pots or rockeries or small borders. Another one which is fantastic is Skimmia. Now, as you can see, there's loads of different Skimmias. This one here is a female, very compact. Berries, also gets flowers as well. These berries stay on right through the winter. These over here are male clone Skimmias. So these get not berries but flower buds that look like berries. And these remain on right through the winter and open up to scented flowers in the spring. These are a fantastic plant if you want winter interest throughout the year. And again, spring colour as well with scent. Okay, behind these is one of my favourite winter flowering plants. This is Viburnum tinus. Okay, this is a compact variety called Eve Price. This is like a workhorse. It basically buds up from August and then starts to flower on and off right through the winter, finishing in about April. And then it will get cobalt blue berries right through the summer. So another good evergreen, growing to about 4 to 5 foot in size. Your Skimmias are all going to be about sort of 3 foot when they fully grow. Okay, moving on, something a little bit lower, and we've got these little characters here. These are great for pots or for edging borders. You'll all know this one. This is the winter flowering Erica. So this flowers truly right through the winter into the spring. Then we've got this one, which is wintergreen. Now wintergreen's a fantastic plant. It's evergreen, it grows very low, it gets berries, and if you split the leaf up as such and smell it, it smells of germaline. If you remember the old football changing rooms, that's the plant to buy. Now then, so again, evergreen, low growing. Another really good one to brighten your pots up and your borders up in the winter is Helleborus nigra. These lovely white flowers just are born in profusion throughout the plant, and then it's evergreen, foliage lasts for the rest of the year. That's a good one. Another one is a winter flowering cyclamen. So these are great for planting in amongst all the bulbs, which I'll talk about in a minute. This can go in the shade, can go around trees. And what happens is when it flowers, the squirrels think that the flower, the finished flower head is like a bulb, and they take it and bury it in the ground, and then your cyclamen move about the garden basically. Okay, so there some great plants for a bit of colour. Now, a couple of plants that aren't quite in full glory yet are these two. Now this one's really nice because its twisted branches look good all the time through the winter. Put a light up against that. This is a Japanese cherry called Kojo no Me. It flowers from every leaf axil, so it gets these lovely single white flowers with a hint of pink in them, and that'll be flowering about March time. So it's early to flower, but you've got the twisted stems in the winter. Compact growth, and then you get a lovely autumn colour to it as well in the foliage. And then this is another great one. This is called Corilopsis. It gets lovely lemon drop like flowers that hang from the branches, and this will be flowering from February onwards. So this is a slightly late winter flower or an early spring, depending on how you see it. Other plants we can use for winter, as well as these, are things like dogwoods with the red stems, as you can see here. The red and yellow stems put together make a nice impact. And we also sell witch hazels, which are flowering now with scent, and also winter flowering jasmine. So there's loads to go for winter. Okay, there's also, might as well take this opportunity to show you a few things on the nursery that are looking good. So if you're looking for colour, then we can use these winter flowering pansies. These come in packs of 20 now. These are $5.99, 3 for $15. You can have violas as well, and they're in full flower now, looking good. There's more on this trolley here to give you an idea of how they look. Okay, other things we can put in. Just starting to rear their heads after the winter. Bellis daisies, they're lovely. They come in all colours, pinks, whites, reds. They're again great for pots and baskets to mix with the pansies. And we can also start to now look at primroses as well. These are flowering nicely. We're just starting to get the first flowers on the primrose. There's your flower. And they'll be in full flower shortly. Again, they're in packs of 4, 3 packs for £10. So at the moment at Newgate, we've got a sale on, which is 20% off all single items. That's all the pottery, all the shrubs, everything that you just buy in singles is 20% off, and everything in multiples is 10% off. That'll be to the end of this month. So if you want to buy online, you can buy now and you can plant later. You don't need to just come and get them. You can buy them online and have them delivered in a few weeks' time. Not a problem. Now then, some other things to be thinking about going forward now. It's seed potato time and onion set time. Okay, so Grow Your Own was massive last year when we were all locked away. So you can grow these potatoes in a bag for life. I think if you look online, you'll see a video that we did about that last March, I think it was. Or you can grow them in buckets or in the ground. Okay, we'll have a look at what we've got here. So we've got a full rack of onion sets here. All these, there's onions, there's asparagus, there's shallots, there's garlic, there's rhubarb. All these are £2.49 or 3 for £5. Okay, and then moving over, you've got a good range of sweet potatoes. You've got your first earlies, you've got your second earlies and your main crop. Okay, so all those are available now, and you can start chitting them and then get them in. So the idea of these is to keep them somewhere warm and dry with the seed potatoes, get a chit of about sort of an inch, half an inch, and then we can start looking to plant them. So if you follow the directions in the last video we did, that'll be helpful. What we do have on offer as well is the spring bulbs. We've got crocus, we've got hyacinths. They're all in packs and they're an end of line, so they're only £1 a pack now. They were £2.49, so that's a good clearance item. Okay, now then, one other thing that you need to look at this time of year to brighten things up are spring bulbs. So they're on the way up, so you can buy a few still loose in bulb form, which will flower later. You can still plant them now. If you want a head start, then we have a really good range of potted bulbs. Okay, so we have the large pots at £3.99 or 3 for a tenner, and then the smaller pots at £1.99, 4 for 6. Now, these bulbs have been potted sort of September, October time, so they've got a good root system. Plant them now and up they come. Particularly advisable to do this with things like snowdrops because they are hard to get through. So get those in now, there's 20% off, and they'll give you loads of colour in the spring. Alright, one last note is we've got all the perennials coming ready now as well, but one thing that you can put in now that looks really good are these herbs. So these were grown last year, overwintered, so they're a really good pot full. We've got things like thyme, lavenders, sages, rosemary. All these look really, really good. If you just want to make a nice simple arrangement, bob 3 or 4 into one of these seed boxes here, these herb boxes. And they look really good. So a wooden box, I think they're about £10 for the large one, less 20% gives you £8, and then you've got your herbs. And it's something that'll be there all the time, use it in the cooking, and hopefully just brighten up the garden a little bit during this dull time and during lockdown. So like I say, we're open, safe to come down or buy online at Newgate Direct. And if you need anything, give us a call on 01772 612 336. Thank you, stay safe.